On 19th of November 2014, the demise news of the death of Honorable Gerald Otieno Kajwang, who was the serving senator of Homa Bay, were received. The news claimed that Kajwang died due to a cardiac arrest, where he was rushed to Meta Hospital to seek for medical assistance and died through the process. Kajwang, who was amongst the top leaders of ODM and a close associate to the opposition leader Raila Amolo Odinga, he had no good relationship with the then ruling government, which was brought clearly through his speech, where he constantly kept questioning the government, for he claimed that the elections which put the government in position were rigged. Immediately after Kajwang's death, Kenyans flocked to the social media claiming that Kajwang's death was not an ordinary death, and rather Kajwang was assassinated. This brought tension to the country and left many Kenyans questioning about this death. Few days before Kajwang facing his death, he had claimed that him together with James Orengo were being targeted by Jubilee coalition leaders, and that the Jubilee administration had kept their eyes on them. He did not clarify about this information, therefore he also left Kenyans with a lot of questioning about that speech. On Saturday 15th, 3 days before Kajwang facing his death, he had survived a road accident in which he only acquired minor injuries. 3 days later after this road accident, the death news of Kajwang were received. On that 18th of Tuesday, the day that Kajwang faced his death, on around 9 p.m., it is believed upon him leaving the Senate sitting, jovial and healthy, he was attacked by some goons who forced him to drive off with them, leaving his car parked in the Parliament building. The men forced Kajwang to give them some information in which it is not clarified which information they were seeking from him, and they later dropped him at his home in Ruda, where he was rushed to Meta Hospital, where he faced his death. Upon Kajwang's death, some questions also remain unanswered, as Kenyans kept questioning how could a member of Senate be attacked in the Parliament building without any assistance from the security personnel who are in the Parliament. And where were Kajwang's bodyguard at that time when he was attacked? These questions remained unanswered till now. Mysteries continued unmasking after Kajwang's death, where upon his death the family lawyer James Orengo claimed that Kajwang had several bruises on his chest and 4 broken ribs. This brought attention to the fact that Kajwang was assassinated, and the doctors also claimed that Kajwang's lining was corroded. Thereby, they sent some body fluids and blood samples to South Africa for further testing. During Kajwang's send-off ceremony, some questions also raised after Elizabeth Ongoro gave a speech, where in the speech he clearly stated that they had received threat before Kajwang's death. Them as the court leaders were threatened, and he did not clarify who threatened them, despite only Kimani Wamatangi, who was the Kiambu senator, being the only Jubilee coalition leader who attended the ceremony. During the speech given by the ODM leaders, they also showed some element of doubt about the news given by the hospital about Kajwang's death, for they kept on questioning the government about insecurity cases which were taking place in Kenya. As per their speech, it clearly showed that they were questioning the government of how could a senator get attacked in the parliament building without any assistance. This clearly showed that the goons who attacked Senator Kajwang had some links and connections with people with power in the government. That's how they got their access to the parliament building. And this showed that the ODM leaders knew something was behind this death and they did not want to clarify further what they heard about the death of Kajwang. This questioning became intense, leaving Kenyans to clarify the death of Otieno Kajwang as that of Tomboy and other political influencers who were assassinated by the government. After Otieno Kajwang's death, the family and the other ODM leaders clearly showed fear, for they did not want to dig further about this threat, and they left Kenyans in. Some questions remain unanswered, which only Kajwang could answer, and Kajwang died with the answers. This remained a mystery in which most of Kenyans could want to know what actually caused the death of this political leader of Homa Bay, Senator Otieno Kajwang, who the hospital claimed that he died of a cardiac arrest despite them sending his body fluids and blood samples to South Africa for further testing. And that was the unmasked story behind Senator Otieno Gerald Kajwang.